Hi guys, it's Jody. Today's video and the piece I want to do, I'm drawing inspiration from an older piece that I've done, and when I say older, I mean really old. A little bit about me when I started acrylic pouring in general. This was even before the blooms technique came out. I started acrylic pouring and fluid art about March, April of 2019. A girlfriend of mine was doing it and I was like, what is that? And so she told me to Google it, and I watched about 1 million YouTube videos, and I started with like flip cups, straight pours, all that good stuff, silicone, all that. And one of my most favorite pieces I ever did was I was testing out the Artist Loft, the Ready Pour, you know, in their traditional form, just using them out of the bottle with silicone. And I wanted to combine just blue and white together. I had a feeling it was going to create just some various shades of blue, and then, you know, blue and white, they're just really great together. So I'm going to show you my inspiration piece. This was, I mean, this is done on a little dollar store canvas, but I just loved all the different shades of blue with the white. So this inspiration is what I want to do in, I want to do a bloom today, but I kind of want to do it sort of how we did a couple of videos ago, where it was blown out, but it wasn't stretched all the way out. I kind of want to keep the shape of the bloom. So that's my vision. We all know how that goes, but I'm going with that vision for today's video. So let's go get started having some fun with that. All right, for this piece, I have got a 10 by 10 wood cradle board that I've taped up the sides, and I've got pillow on my dry spinner to keep it in place as we go along. I'm going to go through the colors first, and then the cell activator, and then we'll get to the pillow, and then I'll kind of give you an idea of what my vision is for this piece. So we've got blues today. We're going to work with blues, and the first blue I have is, I've got this little piggy called Taffy, and this is the consistency of it. This one I have mixed up. These are all mixed with my Valspar Varathane pouring medium mix, so just one today. I know the last number of videos I've been trying to use up a lot of the colors that I've had lying around. I've had them mixed up with various pouring mediums, so, but these are all the Valspar Varathane. So my next color is Phthalo Blue by Jo Sonja, and there's the consistency of that one. And then I've got a Parage Posse paint Denim Blue Metallic, really beautiful color. That's what it looks like in the container. And then here it is, mixed up with my pouring medium. And then I also have a titanium white mixed up with the pouring medium. I have Jo Sonja's titanium white mixed up with the pouring medium mix, because I want to kind of put some white in there. I know we'll have the pillow, but I'll explain my vision. The cell activator I'm using is also white. This is just the Australian Floetrol mixed with the Amsterdam titanium white at 4:1. My normal usual cell activator. And my pillow is going to be my Glidden Premium in Satin. And I'm going to put some down, but I'm going to spread it out since this is a hard board. Actually, that's good for right now. I don't, you know, I've explained before how, you know, as it's sitting here, it's going to start to dry, and you might get a ring, and we don't want a ring. So I'm going to push it out, and I'm going to push it out all the way to the edge, just so we ensure we don't get that edge. And I'll just add a little bit more back into the middle where we're going to do our bloom. We're going to do a bloom today. Did I tell you we were going to do a bloom today? I might speed this up. Actually, or not, I'm almost done. Sometimes I'll speed it up if I don't have anything to say while I'm pushing the color out, but I had something to say. All right, so that looks pretty good. Hopefully we will not get the dreaded ring, and I'm going to add just a little bit more in the middle because our bloom's going to be in the middle. So my envision is, I showed you my my inspiration piece for this color palette, and I want to take kind of a cue from a few videos back. I did the round vinyl where the bloom was kind of, it wasn't stretched all the way out, right? It still had kind of the bloom integrity. So I kind of want to do a smaller one in the middle and then stretch it out, but not going over the edges. So we have negative space, and it's kind of like a bloom in the center, but still the blown out bloom, not the stretched out bloom, if that makes sense. And I don't know if there's a name for this type of bloom yet. You know, if anybody's done this before and knows a name, or, you know, wants to help in naming it, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So that's where I'm at right now. And I will call out the colors as I put them down. I might put a layer of white in the middle just to kind of get that effect. All right, so the first one I want to put down is the taffy. And we're just going to do right in the middle, just a small amount, smaller amount, like so. And then I'm going to put just a light mix of the white. And then we've got the phthalo blue. And the white might mix and make, you know, these colors a little bit lighter too, but we'll see what effect it has. All right, there's that. I'm trying to keep everything neat. And then here is the denim blue metallic. Make sure that's in the middle. I'm going to put just a little bit more of the white mixed with the pouring medium just around the edges a little bit, because now we're going to put the cell activator down. I know it looks like it's going to be kind of a smaller bloom, but I want it that way because when we're blowing it out and then we're spinning it out, I don't want it to kind of go all the way over the edges like we normally do it. So let's put the cell activator on. Should be plenty. All right, here we go. All right, so far so good. I'm gonna let that fill in, and we're gonna do a few modifications just to add some fun to it. So far, I like everything that's happening in here too. Except for this right here. Let's just move that. All right. I hope I didn't go too far. Because I want to spin this so that it kind of gets almost to the edges, but we still have white. All right, this looks good to me. I am going to meet you over at the spinner box and we're going to see what happens with this. All right, here's what it looks like before we spin it out. And I think it's pretty well centered. I'm going to just start spinning. And I don't mind if it reaches some of the edges. Ooh, just like that would be perfect, right? Still got a little bit in the center. Not a lot of movement. All right, just a baby spin. I think we did good with the paint. There's not a lot of movement in this. Oh my gosh, I think that's it. This is exactly how I wanted. I didn't want it completely going over all the edges, and I wanted to still see some of these petals that you see here. That's okay if some of them have kind of gone off just a little, but we still have the integrity of what we blew out, right? And I don't have a lot of movement in the middle, which tells me it's going to dry really nice. So, ta-da! As Karen would say, ta-da! Sorry, Karen, I'm using your ta-da because I didn't know what else to say. I'm just floored by this actually worked. Oh, I'm so excited. And as I would say, it's a winner, winner chicken dinner. All right. Here we go. That is what that is. Okay. I am going to put this down and I'm going to get cleaned up and I'm going to bring it over for the flyover so you can see the detail. All right. Here is the flyover. I wanted to put the flash on because there is some really nice subtle shimmers in here. Just beautiful. I mean, the vision in my head came out right here on this wood panel. I'm so excited about this. Oh, I love those little shimmers in there. And these cells are just, well, you get cells and webbing. I just love the little mix. And I don't mind air bubbles. I had some air bubbles. One of my blue, I mixed up a blue just before doing this and I let it sit only a couple hours. But with using more of a monochromatic color palette, when the bubbles pop, it kind of mixes in with your piece. I love that right there. You got some juicy cells and some more webbing. I am so excited to see how this dries. I will be back once it's dried to give you the dried results. And I'm back to show you the bloom that you just saw me do, and yay for it coming out the way exactly how I wanted it. I just wanted to say that really quick because it was the vision in my head and it actually happened. So, and it dried absolutely just beautifully. So here it is as a whole before I start moving it around. And there are some really nice subtle shimmers in here, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to pick it up, but when it's resin, and I am definitely going to resin, those subtle shimmers will certainly come out. But I just love how, you know, I mean, it's a bloom, but it's not completely stretched out. So it looks like a flower, which is what I was going for. But let me bring you in and just show you the detail. I mean, there's so much depth to it too. I just love it. And I'm really digging these kind of blooms. I mean, I love when they stretch out and they go over the edge and little hanger-oners hang over the edge, but there's something to be said about just this. Oh, there's a nice little shimmer right there about just the bloom kind of staying intact. And yeah, I just love this piece so much. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you tried something, you know, similar where, you know, it's not a completely stretched out bloom, but you know, it's kind of still has the shape. I really had a lot of fun with this, and you're definitely going to be seeing more of these kind of blooms. I've got so many ideas in my head, and it's like I can't do them all at once. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.